Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another video. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis on, some people will never like you, and how to deal with people who are, jealous of you, envious of you, have hatred towards you, and just trusting God's plan and all of this. You know what I mean? So yeah, some people will never like you, and they'll support anything that's against you or anyone that's against you, even if it's not the truth. And you could be one who stays in their lane, minds their business, and exudes positivity and operate with pure intentions and stuff like that. But that's not going to matter because people are always going to perceive things based on what they think of you. you know Instead of them trying to get to know you for who you are, that's not going to work, because the enemy always works in strange ways. Like he works through people to try to get them to have hatred towards you, because we all know that the enemy is the author of confusion, and he's all about pretty much anything that's negative. So that's just how he works, I feel. He tries to work through individuals to get to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like psychologically, mentally, whatever, physically, even maybe. So um but even when it comes to people not liking you, you know they don't even want to resolve any issues, if there are any, because they're so determined on misunderstanding you. They don't want to find a common ground. They don't want to find a happy medium, even come to an understanding. But you always got to remember, through all of this, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. you know when God's hand is on your life, what usually comes with the territory outside of negativity? You have jealousy comes with the territory, hatred comes with the territory, uh, people being envious of you. And you really shouldn't be surprised, honestly. If anything, it should be expected. But you know learning how to deal with all of that is gonna save you stress in life. And one of the main things when it comes to jealousy and you know hatred and all of that is, it really could be a sign of them being insecure about themselves. They could have low self-esteem. Like when people lack confidence in their worth, like they might feel intimidated by the success of what other people have. They might view that as a reflection of their own shortcomings, which could lead to you being jealous, envious, and have all this hatred really for no reason. But hey, that's just how people are. But the main reason for me, like when it comes to like hatred, jealousy, and envy, is, I would say, a lack in trusting God's plan. So like when people feel uncertain about his plan for their lives, they become jealous of those who seem to either have their lives already figured out or are on that path or trajectory to getting those things figured out. You know, that could lead to a desire to compare oneself to others and to covet what others have, rather than just trusting in his plan for their own life. So, learning to trust his plan for your life, it could be challenging, you know, especially transitioning over from one thing in terms of like you believe in what you believe in to trusting his plan. Or in other words, you trusting yourself as opposed to trusting his plan. It's completely different. It's challenging, of course, but it's definitely essential when it comes to like faith and like spiritual growth. And it definitely involves, surrendering your own desires and ambitions to to His will, and just accepting that He knows what's best for you. You know what I mean? So, trusting God is it can be difficult, especially in the face of adversity and uncertainty. But It's really important to remember that, he's always with us and he has a purpose for every single situation in our lives. And that right there can bring a sense of peace, and comfort, even in the midst of, the most difficult and challenging circumstances. So know this and you will know peace. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just wanted to give a brief synopsis on, both things, kind of like tie into one, like when it comes to, people will never like you, and then just trusting God's plan for your life and everything else. And I'll touch a little bit on patience, because patience is key when it comes to trusting His plan. But when it comes to patience, and I know I touched on this, I think, last year briefly, either last year a couple of times or it might have been earlier this year. But regardless, when it comes to patience, okay, you can't look at somebody else's situation, right? And be like, well, how come they're getting their blessings and and everything else, and I'm not? Well, who's to say how long it took for them to get their blessings? It could have taken them many years to get theirs. And now, they're finally getting their blessings. They continue to trust His plan, not man's plan or anything like that. They trusted God's plan, and they continue to live their life, you know. But the main thing is that they trusted His plan. That definitely requires you to be patient. You know, a lot of times I think people might think that, well, um, that God is a genie. That is definitely not true. Um, That's why I don't do wishes, because genies wish. If you really think about it, genies wish. You wish to them. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you don't know, but now you do. So yeah. Um, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to patience, like I said, you can't look at somebody else's situation and just, you know, think that they probably didn't have to go through anything, that everything was handed to them like instantly. No. Mm-mm. You just got to continue to trust God and His plan for your life. You just have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not an overnight thing. You don't know when it's going to happen, but just continue to keep living your life and trust Him, you know. And I can almost guarantee you that, you will get your blessings in due time. But everything is in within His timing. You know what I mean? So, but it's just something to think about. I just wanted to add that in there because, like I said, I know I mentioned that I think a few times last year, but I just wanted to, add that in there. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content such as this. And if you haven't hit the like button when you first came in, I would appreciate it if you hit it on the way out. And as always, continue to stay safe, continue to stay hydrated and monitor your health, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. Y'all take care and have a good one.